Well, staying with this story, let's bring in Yossi Mekelberg, the head of International Relations and Social Sciences at Regent's University London. Yossi, thank you very much for joining us here on France 24. I'd like to start by asking you whether this ceasefire offers any hope of tensions de-escalating along the border.
I think in the short term, yes, the answer is yes, because neither side is interested in having a deterioration and escalation of the current situation. It can only lead to a repeat of what happened in 2014 and even worse, which neither of the sides came victorious. But the conditions in Gaza are not changing. And if they're not going to change and the blockade is not removed and the conditions in Gaza are not going to be improved and there is no political solution, I think it's a delayed war that will come one way or another. From the Hamas point of view, no war can actually help their case right now among the Gazan people because it will create even a worse crisis there. Israel, it wants to divert its attention to the situation in the north, what happened in the border with Syria and Lebanon.
Well, speaking of Israel, it hasn't confirmed that a ceasefire has actually taken effect. Why would it stop short of a formal confirmation? Would this be a sort of strategic move?
I think because there are pressures within the government, the Israeli government, actually, among some of the members of the coalition, to have a wider operation there. Some misguided ministers call even for taking over the Gaza Strip. That's most of the generals and the strategists in Israel wouldn't like to see. So I think for now, the truth is a de facto one without a declaration. The most important thing is that both sides would recognize it, will accept it, and will stop firing at one another. Because we've seen in the last few weeks what happened, how volatile is this border. There are already more than 100 Palestinians killed during the marches of return. So the fact is, every ceasefire right now is one that is temporary and volatile, and under certain circumstances can be violated.
We know that the ceasefire was brokered by Egypt. How important is Cairo's role as a mediator in this conflict?
Cairo is crucial in any mediation because the part of the border, Gaza's border, is in Rafah, is with Egypt. Egypt can also play a very significant role in alleviating some of the pressures, the humanitarian crisis within Gaza by opening the Rafah border. And another element which is very important for the Egyptian, they don't want to open a new front with Gaza and the Hamas. They need the cooperation of the Hamas vis-a-vis the jihadists, Islamic jihadists in the Sinai Peninsula, which is a major issue that caused great concern for the Egyptians.
Now, if this ceasefire is something of a temporary band-aid, where could the situation go from here?
Everything that it happens without proper political solution is a band-aid. If we won't go back to the root causes of the conflict, what is needed is some unity among the Palestinians. Such a small nation and is divided between the West Bank and Gaza, between the Fatah movement and the Hamas. Need for improvement in Gaza. Currently, out of the 2 million that live in one of the densest places in the world, in 360 square kilometers, the level of unemployment, the level of poverty, no access to clean water almost, electricity only 4 to 6 hours. Those are conditions that call for radicalization. So unless there is an involvement of the international community in improving conditions, and also look into long-term political solution, a final status agreement between the Israelis and the Palestinians, I'm afraid everything that is done is temporary.
Okay,